Welcome, folks. Oh, we are stepping it up a lot here now. We got intro music now.
This how we want to drink and drive.
Yeah.
We want to rob a grocery store.
Oh, this is a motherfucker. Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you, DJ Practice. We got DJ Practice with us on the Wheels of Steels, and you are not mistaken. This is the great, the one and only Dan Ellison, educated Redneck, with us this afternoon. We coming with special guests. We got a budget now here at Vino Veritas. Welcome to the show. It's myself, Vino Veritas, DrewGrizzly. As we said,
I'm Dan Ellison.
The great. A lot of people around this area, in the Hampton Roads area, owe their comedy career to this man.
Yeah.
We're going to talk some sage wisdom, some comedy advice. Me and Drew had a conversation on our last episode. It was called, when we go out and perform places, we go out of town or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We always get advice from the comedian of the area or any pros. They give us the same 3 pieces of advice every time.
All right.
Keep writing, keep getting on stage.
Always record yourself.
Yes. And then they tag it and they say, it's a grind.
It's a grind.
Always remember, it's a grind.
But you know what? If you've noticed, I've been tagging my shit no grind.
No grind?
Okay.
I've worked a grind.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A grind's going into an office. A grind is sitting there at a desk taking a paycheck.
Okay.
If you love being on stage,
which we do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then
It's not a grind.
It's not a grind. I don't look at it as a grind as I sleep in my van. Seriously, I slept in my van in minus 20 degrees. I don't look at it as a grind.
That to me is a grind.
I was happy with it.
28 degrees.
Oh yeah.
You had me until 28 degrees.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had a happy relationship in a car once.
Yeah. I lived in an RV for 5 years.
I lived in a Grand Marquis for 6 months, and me and that girl.
Here's what I wanted to do with the RV. You've seen the RVs where they've got the map of where they've been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a map blank and get the little beaver stickers, so I could put all the places that I got laid in my RV.
Oh man,
good idea.
That's
a good idea. Oh man, I'm gonna get little wine glasses. Oh, that's an awesome idea. That sage wisdom, people. Always remember that. Oh, before we go, speaking of wine, let's talk about today's wine. This is a home brew actually. It's in a makeshift bottle. We made this in the toilet. Drew and I said, you know what? It's a good idea if we drink our own wine.
With some orange pills, some Wonder Bread crust, and rubbing alcohol.
Yes, and it came out quite tasty. Mm-hmm. We're gonna, matter of fact, we're gonna do it today. We want you, the viewers, to name this wine for us. Send all your emails, your wine names to ComedicTherapyLife@gmail.com. You all know the address. Just tell us what you think it should be.
Yeah, I've been calling it Pinot or Prison Pinot.
Prison Pinot. That's another thing in certain states.
Wow.
But what we do, we sip. Dan, if you don't know, I know that you've gone sober, so we're not gonna force you to sip. We got you some good old strong water right here.
You know what's really funny? Everybody, when they go sober, they want everybody to
know that they're sober.
Oh, I've been 5 years.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I quit drinking because I got tired of, number one, waking up where I didn't know where I was. Because that shit happens. And I was taking a chance on a DUI.
Oh, see, that's me.
Every time you do that.
Yep.
And also, if you're a comic, how are you going to get a restricted license to drive to all 50 states?
Exactly.
Not.
So your career's over unless you want to ride the bus, which means your career's over to begin with. And then the third thing is, I hate waking up feeling like ass.
Yeah.
The hangovers. The hangovers are horrific.
There's something like drinking wine. I really have a hangover. But that dark liquor, that whiskey, when you try to chug those 20 beers in one night, like that.
I got tired of that, and it's really funny because I can name you 100 times I regretted being drunk. Mm-hmm. I can tell you, not tell you a single time I regret being high.
I didn't tell you last night. I ate a 50 milligram gummy last night, all because I was hungry. And then I realized it was weed, and I was like, damn, do I spit this out? No. Mom didn't raise a quitter.
That's how it was the first time I smoked PCP. I knew exactly what it was. I said, ooh, that's different. That ain't blood. Well, we there. Let's keep smoking, see how it feels.
Oh, man. Nah, there's a point where I've been too high. There's definitely been a point where I've been... Anytime I'm watching the microwave, I know it's time for me to put the blunt down. It's time.
It might be.
Well, see, I come from the days of acid. When it was real.
Okay.
And like one time I delivered to these biker dudes. I delivered pizzas. That was a great time to deliver pizzas. As fast times at Ridgemont High and all that shit.
I feel like that's where all the porn plots came from.
Seriously,
Pizza deliveries.
Hey, I delivered one time. I delivered pizza to this biker party. I came in. They had a motorcycle torn down on the table, and there's like guy doing blow in the kitchen. I walk in the front door that's open with my pizza, and somebody starts yelling, "Who ordered the pizza?" And somebody goes, "Go set it down on the counter there, and we'll get you your money." So I'm over there, and the guy goes, "You want to do a line while you're here?" So it's like fucking tip. So we did that, and then out of the back room comes this naked woman, and I was 100% naked. And she just like, she didn't walk out, she kind of floated out. You know, she was like, hi, and then she just kind of floated over to me in the kitchen. She got right up my face. She went, I don't know who you are. And then she floated back into the room she came from, and the guy come out zipping up his pants, and he goes, next. Yeah, that's what was going on right there.
And you know what? That just solidifies my theory I had. Because I said, that's why I wanted to be a biker at one point, because there's always a naked girl at a biker party.
Oh yeah.
There's always a naked woman lingering somewhere at a biker party, and if
I don't know if that's the one I want.
and it's always a chance you're gonna get your dick sucked by accident.
Well, I went and delivered back to another group of bikers, and they gave me this pink sugar cube, and they said it looked like it had like milk of magnesia on it or some shit like that. And the guy goes, "That's peyote." He goes, "Take it down and eat it when you're on vacation." Because I was going down. I was actually going to Virginia Beach vacation from Columbus, Ohio. So, and we came down here, and I was sitting there, and I told my buddy, I said, "What should I do?" I said, "I sort of know the guys." And he goes, "Well, you deliver pizza to them. What do you think?" I said, "There's no risk, no gain." That popped into my mouth.
Yep.
We got them running around. You know how it hit slow, and we didn't think it was going to hit. I was like, that was bullshit. And he'd taken some stuff. He goes, I got bad shit too. So we went in, and we both at the same idea got this idea to get a loaf of bread. So we went and bought 2 loaves of bread and came out and started feeding the seagulls. Well, then, in the middle of feeding the seagulls, I realized I could see each and every one of their individual faces freezing close to me. And I was sitting in, and like the sky was fractured, and all these birds were around us. And I said, I got a great idea. So we go back into the grocery store, buy 2 more loaves of bread, get this big herd of birds following us, and then throw 2 loaves of bread in the middle of an intersection. There was hundreds and hundreds of seagulls in this intersection.
Pranks have lost that panache.
They have.
They have lost that panache. We're trying to come up. Like, I want to create a whole segment. You see our friend G over there in the corner looking like a homeless hip hop beatboxer, but I want to do a segment where we just prank him relentlessly. And I'm telling you because I know you're gonna forget about it. You forgot what we just ate, so it's cool. But I just want to do pranks, but I'm like, we all agree.
I'm gonna do the podcast, bro, so I'm gonna let you go.
You gonna let me go?
I'm gonna fuck the podcast up.
No, I'm not gonna fuck the podcast up. So what you want to say?
No, nothing, bro. Keep going.
Okay. But yeah, pranks today have lost the panache. Like, the last good prank I had was in college, and I was in the shower, and they threw a bucket of ice cold water on a person in the hot. That is a fucked up experience.
Yeah.
Because the shocking cold water while you've taken a hot shower, you will jump out the shower. There's nothing that's gonna keep you in that shower. But that was the last great
I
prank.
think we did a prank on Javerick not too long ago. You called him at work.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I called him at work.
You called our friend
Pretending to
at
be
work.
somebody from the Office of Communicable Diseases.
You really thought he had something?
So he had some. I said, have you come into contact with a woman? I'm not supposed to say this, but her first name begins with the letter T. Have you come into contact with her because she just informed us you're on a list of men? Come down to our office and get a screening real quick. We're gonna keep it completely anonymous. This is free of charge to you. The sooner you can get down here, the better. He was about to call out of work like, boss, I gotta go.
I got some test reports. I got some test results back, boss.
I gotta get this testing done.
Is this a joke?
So, and I said, and I made him believe it because I fucked up his name. You have to fuck up his name. If it's like a secretary. So I go, can I speak to Giverick Anderson? So he wouldn't think it's somebody he knows him. And he was like, hey, boss, Hold on. I'm gonna be there in a second. And you said her name was the T.
Oh my God! Yeah, I did. Yeah, I put the T. Yeah, that dirty bitch.
When I was in high school, when I used to drink a lot, me and my buddy, we had a habit. We called it creative vandalism. So we did a little damage, but not a lot. So it wasn't anything was really expensive. Like we decided we wanted to do something strange with the manger scene. So if you took one person's manger scene, then that's a lot of money to replace the manger scene. But if you just took baby Jesus, you took a camel from another, and pretty soon you had a manger scene, and nobody was out for like $5 or $10 to go buy whatever they lost. The reason I mentioned baby Jesus is right when I was getting ready to grab baby Jesus, my buddy Dale goes, "Car!" So I dived over the manger and laid beside baby Jesus in the snow while the car drove by. And I picked him up like a football into my arm and ran back to the car with him.
Did you leave a ransom note?
No.
You should have left the ransom note.
My buddy lived out in the middle of nowhere. His name was Brian Kesterson. And he had this house in the middle of nowhere, and you had to know Brian because he had a whole bunch of dogs around the house. So we got the idea that we were going to take his manger scene up and set it out in his front yard and plug it in. And then, like, boogie. So we carried this manger scene, like, you had camels and baby Jesus and Joseph and Mary. We had everything, and we went up there and we set it up in his front yard, plugged this bitch in, rang the doorbell,
looking like
and took off like crazy. When he comes to see it, we did it, this guy freaks out over everything. He goes, "You ain't gonna believe this shit. There was a manger scene in my front yard." And he was all freaking out. And my dad and mom called the police. He goes, and they came. He goes, "I got pictures of them loading Jesus in the back of a police cruiser."
Never thought we would hear that. Yeah, is that a hate crime?
What? How did he do that? Then he brought the pictures to fucking school, and then the picture of Joseph as he's being loaded into the side of the police cruiser with his arms out like this. I had no idea what I did.
Not even my baby.
Forgive them, Father. They don't know what they do. They don't know what they do.
Oh man! See what I'm talking about? We need creative pranking. Pranks are mundane. We're down to just making a amusing meme about a person.
Pranks now are just what you see on YouTube. They're getting so saturated.
Yeah, pranking is serious too because people press charges behind pranks now.
And when you can just enjoy a prank online. And you don't have to go through the trouble of actually setting it up, cleaning it up. You know what I'm saying? It's much easier just go on YouTube, watch someone else do a prank.
Well, also there's simple pranks you can do that with the objects that are around, like these signs with the letters on them.
Oh, good, yeah.
Like I was in Pennsylvania. Here I was, 50s. I'm in Pennsylvania and walked past McDonald's sign that says now hiring closers. And so I went over and I flipped the C off of it, and it said now hiring losers. Creative. There was no.
Did you lie?
Then everybody drove by. Well, that sign's appropriate now.
I don't see anything wrong with that statement. True statement.
I'm gonna let Gary know where he can go fill out an application.
Just remember this: Angus burgers are 1 hour away from anus burgers.
Very, very true.
Sometimes one letter can make a huge difference.
Oh man,
it makes all the difference.
Anus burger.
Dan.
Yeah.
What made you want to? Because I said earlier as we opened, you are probably responsible for a lot of the talent that is in this area.
Well, it's funny because none of them will admit it.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'll admit it completely. I tell everybody every time, like, the development you see of me as a comedian, I owe a lot to you because you help me fine tune the intricate tendencies that you have to have on stage. Like when I always remember after one class, she said, "Hey Vino, take your fucking hand off the mic. You fiddle with the fucking mic stand. You look like you're nervous. The people believe nothing that's coming out your mouth."
Yep. That's the truth.
And I know it is the God honest truth.
Yeah.
The moment you said that to me, and I stopped fiddling with
in your pocket.
You better playing with the dick than you were with the mic stand.
Yep.
And I realized that the moment you said it to me, and I stopped playing with the mic stand, every set began to hit at that point because now it's like, okay, there's no doubt, there's no question to what's going on. This man here is talking to you.
The room full of people don't know who you are. And what they're doing is they're looking at your body language, whether they know it or not, to tell them whether to believe you or not. And if you're not comfortable, that means you don't believe what you're saying is funny.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe it, why should they believe it?
Exactly.
You're telling me something you don't even believe, so why should I believe it? It's like telling them a UFO when you don't truly believe it. They're like, he's not. But if you tell them a UFO story and you really fucking believe it, they're like, this dude's all UFO.
You're right,
and it can be the same person, it can be the same story, just how you tell it.
It's how you tell it.
My thing was I believe my jokes were too funny.
Oh yeah.
And there's something Tyrell helped me with. I would laugh before the punchline of all my jokes. I would be so ready just to start laughing.
Like, this is gonna kill you. This is gonna get you.
Oh man,
Wait for it.
Since I started just not, because I know just hold it back, really hold that in and let them do it, and that really,
well,
yeah, you can laugh when they laugh.
yeah, exactly. Just really hold, and it hits a lot better when you're stoic. When you can just be deadpan, and deliver a punchline, it hits so much harder than when you're sitting there laughing.
Well, also, if you feel laughter coming on, you just suppress it. Sometimes they see you suppressing it. It's even more effective.
Yeah.
It's like I do that stupid joke about dildos, and when I'm delivering it, I say words and then I pause and I act like I'm laughing. I do that every night. But it's really funny because to them, it's the first time it's been said. And what you do is nobody around here wants to make a set.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you what, to hit on the road consistently every night, you need a set.
Yeah.
Something that's repeatable, and when you listen to it, it goes the same every single night because you have to take every little word out of there that doesn't.
Add to it, yeah.
Look, I've seen how many people go on the Clash stage taking a fucking drink. Do you mean to tell me that you can't go 5 minutes without a sip of liquid telling jokes? When I was just in Missouri, I went up on stage, I got finished, the bartender goes, who plays in the band, he goes, you did an hour and 20 minutes and you said you took a sip of nothing. I said, I got shit to do.
I was like,
that's amazing just because I know how much weed you smoke.
Oh yeah,
that's amazing. I really have to sip just because I smoke a lot of reefer and I know my mouth gets dry.
If I start foaming out the mouth on stage, I'm like, okay, let me just take a little sip.
Well, there's a difference.
Get the white off the stage.
If you've been on stage for an hour, there's a difference than 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, you got 5 minutes. Why are you wasting them drinking? Does that mean you don't have another joke funny enough to fill the 30 seconds it took you to drink?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question for these people.
You know, because I know people probably don't like my scores. I score hard. And I score hard for a reason. To get the top score, you got to show me something worth a top score.
I know how you score me sometimes because I can see it in the criticism.
Yeah.
Like they play a lot of dirty games with the criticism, but I can always count on your criticisms to be even-handed criticisms where it's like, okay, that's what I need to work on. Like, I can look at somebody's scorecard and be like, that fat joke wasn't funny. Start with the fact, you know what, fuck you, I have to put fat jokes in here because we have to address the obvious. So, second, okay, don't fiddle with the mic, it makes you look nervous. I'm guessing Dan said that. Okay, let's put that in the constructive criticism.
Well, here's the thing, though, and this is what people don't understand. Okay, if I tell you what material to do or how to do it, that quits being your act. It does.
Exactly.
Now, if I say to you, that joke you do about this is offensive, if you can figure out a better way to do it, it might come off better. Then I've not told you what to do. I've not told you to get rid of it because I would never tell anybody to get rid of anything. But it makes you go back and take another look at it and go, well, what's he talking about? Where is there something hiding in here that I'm not catching?
It's hard, yeah, because you could be on the cancel culture's radar at any moment.
I just don't get when people have jokes that don't work, how they keep on doing the same thing over and over again.
You're not switching it, you're not trying to do something different. You gotta switch it up.
Don't work.
Give me something different.
Well,
I actually want to know, Dan, this has been bothering me for a long time. How have you stayed off the cancel culture's radar for 30 years? Are you scared nowadays that they're about to pull up some shit you said a while back?
Oh, believe me, there's probably been 100 things I've said.
You know, Twitter though.
See, Twitter, I didn't really get into all this shit till recently, like 8 years. But at the same time, I really don't care because everything I say, I mean. And I'm very straight. And also, if you don't say anything that you feel like you should be embarrassed for, You know,
Wow.
I grew up in a
Yeah,
different day and age. I'm sure if they went back to when I grew up, well, shit, man, back when I grew up, it wasn't that you accepted the gays. It was like, there's the gay bar, and everybody run by and shout at it and shit like that. Is that right? No.
That's what happened, though.
Everybody was doing it. Did I do that? No, I thought it was stupid to do stupid shit like that. But I wouldn't hesitate to go egg the other school's marching band. But that's just that was school spirit. That's the thing. But it was.
That should be a hate crime. That should be like, here's the thing, if you egg the gay bar, that's a hate crime. If you egg the rival school, that's school spirit.
School spirit. No, I hate them too. That's a hate crime. Vandalism at most. You know?
Oh my God.
But it was such a different time, and like I said, we got along.
Yeah.
No,
It was that, like, I'm near your age. I'm nearer than Drew to your age. So
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, because I grew up on the tail end of that, where it's
I always
like,
put it this way: the house I would hang out in there was a Hawaiian guy and like 2 or 3 black dudes and 2 or 3 white dudes, and it looked like the United Nations of people. And nobody looked at you and said, "Oh, you're this," or "You're." No, we all fucking bullshit with each other, just like, and we would say shit to each other that probably shouldn't have been said to each other, but we all knew it was just fucking people, just being people, just getting off and saying stupid shit, and nobody got offended.
So back then you have an audience with you when you said something. Now you can't say anything amongst your friends.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Or that's what time you can't say it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the funny part too. Is like, I find in a lot of these, you know, social justice issues and cultural conversations, it's funny that the people screaming for diversity and equality all look alike. Everybody screaming for that looks like it's like, okay, like even in areas like, it'll be a whole group of white people saying, let's equality, racial injustice, and transgender, and then it'll be a group of black people saying, we all Black Lives Matter, and it's just, but we don't all come together ever and say, hey, equality for all.
Well, you've seen me with. So I quit posting police videos because it doesn't go anywhere.
No, I need to know that.
I like 'em.
It helps me keep my rage up. Like, I used to tell people, you owe my rage against white people to Dan Ellison. Anything I mean it in like, I hate you. No, you just open my eyes to a lot of shit, and I see it, and I'm like, we are two completely different people. I'm of the hip hop persuasion. That's what I call myself. I don't identify as a black person or a white person, or I am of the hip hop persuasion. My life is generally influenced by hip hop. Yours, I'm guessing not.
No, well, actually, you know what's funny? If you get on my playlist, you will find everything from hip hop to hard rock to country. Like,
He say hip hop just because he got fuck the police on his.
you know, I've got a lot of Snoop Dogg. I love.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's for the culture.
I love Snoop.
Shout out to Uncle Snoop if you ever want to come on Vino Veritas.
You know what I'm
Ice
saying?
Cube.
When I was that bullshit, Ice Cube. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tupac.
Yeah, okay. You like a lot of West Coast guys.
Yeah, but see, the whole thing is also in amongst there you'll find just different odds and ends songs that I like.
But you see, me, it's all hip hop. It's every brand of hip hop, rap. I barely listen to R&B. Like, I know the old school shit just because I was raised on the
So
old
you don't
school
got no
shit.
Luther Vandross?
No, that's what I'm saying. I was raised on old school R&B shit, but I'm mostly a hip hop guy.
I'm gonna say you can find.
And it's funny that we look at the police the same way, being two completely different men. I'm a young black man, you're an older white man, and we look at the police the same way and say, fuck the police. I love that about it.
Well, here's the reason, and what people don't get, and I'll tell you the whole story, but if you look down through here, it goes everything. There's Ludacris in there.
Okay.
What Ludacris song?
And don't forget listening to Ludacris.
Yeah.
Get back.
You're back. Tell me you had the Chicken and Beer album. Is that the Chicken and Beer album?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Look at that. Ludacris, if you ever want to stop by Vino Veritas, know that.
Talking about put your back into it.
Yeah, we out here for you. Shout out to Ludacris. Chris Bridges, if you ever want to, I don't care if you want to be Chris Bridges or Ludacris, you can come by the show.
I love you with
We'll
all
talk
the Fast and Furious movies,
Yes,
man.
we will talk all Fast
We'll
and
talk to The
Furious.
Rock. We'll get you on the next one.
We'll get you back in there.
You, maybe not Tyrese.
Tyrese, leave him the fuck home.
Yeah.
Leave
You
him.
lost that one.
Leave baby boy that got my boo pregnant.
Tyrese, you know, open up a restaurant in the house of yours, and I don't know. Stop crying, man. Stop crying over IG.
But anyhow, this is what it goes back to for me, and this is the truth. when I grew up, the cops weren't like they are now. Seriously, they weren't. It was like you had a tail light out. It wasn't somebody coming up with license, registration, proof of insurance, all this bullshit, tapping your fender in case you shot him, paranoid. You
Like I said, man, I don't know about your cops.
Yeah, but
my cops.
Yeah,
My cops.
Our cops
it was.
always
You know, they would come up to the door and go, "Hey, you got a tail light out. You need to get it fixed," and that was it. So you would just get it fixed, and there was no ticket. They pulled you over too drunk. They're going like, "You're too drunk to drive home. Let me take you home." They take you home.
Yeah, I've never experienced that.
What?
This is what we mean when we say white privilege.
Yeah, when we say yo cops,
No, I'm talking about this is just country because everybody knew
but
everybody.
that never happened in the country. Even you have to find the first black cop to get that type of privilege.
Yeah, I've experienced the. Okay, you got a tail light out, but they definitely wanted the license and registration first.
For sure.
They wanted that. They're like, niggas for sure.
I will say this. I have experienced that with a cop who was black, though. And it happened recently because I was driving without a license.
Okay.
She wrote me a ticket. She impounded my car, but they impounded it, or they towed it back to my house. So it wasn't like they impounded it, towed it back to my house, had to pay the tow fee, but I had my car with me. Now I went to court. She didn't fill out a section of the ticket that she was supposed to fill out to do it. Now I saw her in court, went to the clerk, we were both there, she was like, okay, she didn't fill this out. Could have filled it out right then and there, and then I could have, had to go back to court
She
and deal
did
with the
that so
jury.
it could be thrown out.
Yeah, and she did that so it can be thrown out.
Yeah.
So I have experienced it once, and it's sad to say that.
But that was the hookup. That was a legal hookup.
Yeah.
From a cop.
Yeah, she knew. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna hook you up. They watching me. I'm gonna do this.
So what we need is more black cops. What we need is more diverse cops to get that.
But here's where it really changed, though, I'll be honest with you. Right around 1980s when it started changing, because that's when your first lawsuit came from a guy who was driving a Porsche and wrecked it, tried to blame the car. That's when the lawyer started this blame shit.
Oh, damn, okay.
See, before
Johnny Cochran shit.
Yeah, before 80, we didn't have on commercials the professional driver on closed road. You just knew that was somebody doing it, and if you were going to do it, you took a chance.
Oh, you was out there.
Right. So that changed everything. So the cop culture started changing then, because if they pulled you over drunk and then they let you go home and then you wrecked, then somebody would sue them.
Okay.
So now it started going that way. So we're like, well, we're being cool. But then came this uber militarization where they're trained to be so freaking paranoid. Show me your hands, and they get all like amped, and they've forgotten that they're public servants. Because like at a fireman, when he looks at a burning building, he knows that if he runs in there, he's risking his life so that you may go home.
Exactly.
So a cop shouldn't be sitting there because they say, well, you got a hair trigger second to make a choice between dad or being dead. That's where he's supposed to put his life on the line, so that if you don't have a gun, instead of another unarmed person being shot down, he doesn't go home. That's where he risks his life so you go home. Now it's he risks your life so he can go home. That's not a public servant, dude.
No, it's not.
That is not a public
That's a security force.
That's an army.
Yeah, I've always worked this theory in my line of thinking. I feel we should reform the legal system in this way. Police officers should have to live in the areas they police. I feel that it would make them accountable for public safety, and it's hard to shoot someone who lives down the street from you and still live in that neighborhood.
You still know him. If you see that
person every day, you will hesitate a second before you shoot him.
Well, how about this one? There's the other end of this. Make it so cops behave in a way where you don't have to worry about who they're going to shoot.
Exactly.
This was my solution. They probably won't do this because they'll say money. Have an unarmed police officer for every 2 cops that you have in the field. So yeah, if you cops in the partner, have an unarmed police officer to deal with non-violent issues instead of those guys with the guns.
Or do it like they do it. See, this is what's funny. This is in a war zone. The rules of engagement in a war zone is you cannot fire until fired upon. Now, I think it shouldn't quite maybe go that far, but I'm this way. If you shoot anybody who doesn't have a gun, I don't care if they had something in their hands. It could be a wallet. If it turns out to be a wallet and you shoot them, then you should be done as a cop forever.
Yes.
You should be charged in some way that will stick with you so that you can't ever be hired as a cop, security guard, and your privilege to own a gun should be removed from you.
Okay, I'm down with that. Okay, look, if somebody shot somebody on the street because they thought someone had a gun on them and it turns out to be a wallet or a toy gun, whose responsibility does that fall on?
Exactly.
On the person who shot him, but the state can never be at fault. The state will always protect their own.
Take your hours to watch the videos on YouTube. And do police shootings. That's why I put the lid on. I'm a smart man. Do police shootings and then do private citizen shootings. And here's the difference you'll notice. In the police shootings, the second somebody moves or reaches for something, they unclip 15 rounds. And even when the person's falling down and on the ground, they're still shooting. And until that trigger pulls and nothing happens, they're going to fire. Also, they don't check their background. They don't care what's behind it. They don't care what neighborhood it's in.
I've always thought about that. Like, they're shooting people in open fields. And like,
they go hammer down just like that.
Without discretion.
You don't know what that shit's going to rig. I had a friend recently catch botulism. I'm from the hood, Dan.
Yeah.
I know you figured that out by now. We do too much together. But I'm from the hood. I had a friend recently catch a ricochet bullet off the ground, go through his calf, through and through. He thought it was good. They patched him up at the hospital and everything. He was like, I wasn't involved. It was a ricochet shot. It hit me on the ground. This fucking bullet gave him botulism. After ricocheting off the ground.
Yep.
Fucking crazy.
Yep.
And these cops are firing and they don't know what they're going to hit down the street. Motherfucking bullets travel. I've seen it. And then the irony of it is, some people, I look crazy when people shoot their guns in the air for New Year's and shit.
Yeah.
Because bullets come down. They forget that. What goes up must come down. You want to talk about all the laws? Let's talk the laws of gravity.
Also with cop videos, I can show you a dozen cop videos where they put over 200 rounds into one car. Why is that necessary? Why is it necessary to put 200 rounds into a single car? It is not.
Like soldiers.
Okay, now.
No, they want to execute at
now
that
you
point.
go now to the citizen's gun. When the citizen shoots, he pulls up, he takes his time, he draws, he aims, and he'll fire one or two shots, and then that's it.
Block. It's over. Yeah.
Once they go down, I don't want any more of my rounds going down. And then the police should be that way, and it shouldn't be us paying the lawsuits that they get faced with. They should have to get private insurance, just like a doctor gets. And that way, if you're a bad cop, you can't get insurance, which means you can't be a cop, which means you go home. Because if people are suing you over and over, there's a reason, and it's not just because they hate the police. And these checkpoints are bullshit. The ability to roll up on somebody and make them show ID is bullshit.
Gestapo tactics.
It is. See, they say, well, you shouldn't say Gestapo. See, the Gestapo didn't start out as the Gestapo. It didn't happen they didn't just one night start boxing people up and shipping them off. That never, no. It took years of buildup where people got fed up with this or that or the other thing.
Yep.
And the cops, when you travel, I've been pulled over 40 times. And I have never got a ticket.
That a world record? Is that approaching a record of some sort?
I don't know. It's just ridiculous. If you travel,
it's a lot.
So I've been pulled over for things like fluttering hood.
I just thought that was a lot for white people. Like that was.
Well, see, that's what you got to understand.
That was 1998 for me.
I was getting profiled. I was getting profiled as much as you guys were getting profiled. That's why when people go, I find that story hard to believe. I don't find it hard to believe. When I'm traveling down the road in a perfectly legitimate car, doing the speed limit. And I rolled past I was in my RV. I rolled past a deer strike. And there's a fucking Kansas Statey sitting there with it. And she did this when I went by. She went. And I said, here we go.
I'm not gonna lie. As a black guy, I look at you like that. I'm like, this guy, there's something about this guy. It's like, you look at I don't know if it's the camouflage, the boots, the tats. I'm like, either I'm gonna have to kill this guy or we're gonna have a fucking great time.
So look, what gives them the right just to pull you over?
Yeah.
For what? Like, it has to be something that if you're breaking the law, or you're.
But in the sense they don't.
See, exactly. So
they can make shit up, and it's their word against yours. And whose word are you gonna think they're gonna take? Because when I went by her, I got. And this is how I do. It's great to have a math background. I was an engineer, so I can do math pretty quick. Okay, it was a straight road. I could see her, so I started looking at my odometer to figure out how far out I was on her before she turned to come after me. And I was exactly 2 miles out on her.
Okay.
Because I could see her down the street. It was a 65-mile-an-hour road. I was doing 65. Right on the money, especially since I know she's back.
Yeah.
I start watching her. She's gaining on me. I mean, like eating me up. And within the next 2 miles, she's going 4 miles. I'm still doing 65, so she has to do double my speed. She has to be doing 130 at least to catch me. Then she comes flying in on me, boom, and then I come to a speed limit change from 65 to 45, and I slow down, and then it goes from 45 to 25, and I slow down. I come to a 4-way stop, I stop, we go through, I get an 1/8 of a mile down the road, on come the lights, pull over to the side. She comes up. I have all my shit right there. I just give it to
into her jurisdiction. She's not supposed to be patrolling it.
So I sat there and she looked at it and she goes, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And I said, "I don't have a clue." She goes, "Back there a little. You just kind of touched the line."
Kind of touched the line?
And I can show you another video from St. Albans where a cop said the same thing. I kind of sort of touched the follow line.
Oh, okay.
That's the fucking beatable effect.
Okay. I'll give you the link.
Okay, well, I will take the ticket for that, please.
Okay,
please
so,
let me a ticket for touching the line.
I looked at her and I said, "That's the best you can do?" And she goes, "What?" I said, "I saw you sitting back there at the deer strike." I said, "I knew you wanted me." I said, "What'd you do, 130 to catch me?" I said, "But that's not dangerous." I said, "What's dangerous is me kind of sort of touching a line." And she goes, "Starting a traffic stop with an attitude's no way to get out of a ticket." And I looked her right in the eye. I said, "Go write your ticket." And she went back to her cruiser. And I sat there, and sure enough, she waited for the backup to come. Now she grew a pair. Now she comes up there and she hands me my stuff. She goes, "All your paperwork's in order." And I said, "I already knew that." And she goes, "So where are you going tonight?" I said, "We finally get to what this stop is all about." She goes, "What's that supposed to mean?" I said, "You were sitting back there and you wanted to figure out where I was going. So you made up some bullshit reason after you followed me through 3 speed zone changes, a 4-way stop that I kind of sort of touched the line was reason enough to pull me over." I said, "Tell your boy back here in my rear view." I said, "I ain't afraid of y'all." I said, "I'm sick to death of y'all." I said, "I've had it. I'm sick and tired of being pulled over." I was recording before anybody was recording. I pulled my little recorder. I go, "So this is a digital recorder." I said, "I'm recording everything." I said, "You want to know where I'm going? I'm going to Nunya. Nunya business." I said, "Am I getting a ticket tonight?" She goes, "No." And I said, "You have a nice evening." I pulled it and drive and left.
That's how you gotta do.
I'd had it.
If it was me though, I probably would have ended in cuffs. I would have been shot or in cuffs. It definitely would have been some cocaine sprinkled on the scene. I'm just letting you know that's how it's gonna get played out. They're gonna sprinkle some cocaine. It's gonna trail of cocaine.
There would have been a lot of bullies been
when they
called.
put me in the car.
There would have been, y'all stop reaching for your gun.
Yeah.
Stop reaching for your gun.
I don't got no gun.
Oh, shit.
I don't got no gun. One gun. There's been many a black man shot to that phrase. One gun.
What gun?
Who got a gun?
I don't got a gun.
No offense to anybody who's tragically lost. R.I.P. to everybody who's lost someone tragic.
I got sprinkled crack on them.
Sprinkle them.
Sprinkle.
Man, damn, and it's crazy because we look at the situation and say, I've had bold nights like that where I've pulled off on an officer, but I had to be completely clean when I did it. Because there's a good chance that, disclaimer, this might not be true, but there's a good chance if you ever pulled me over, there might be some drugs or something. I might have just drank or whatever in the car.
Oh yeah,
there might be a chance of it. I keep it real. You're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna find me.
When I get pulled over, I coon out immediately.
Hey, son, what you doing?
Hey, boss.
Hey, bro, going too fast. I sure was thinking about some grades.
You know what, man? They should have never let us drive, man. They should never look at these niggas' money. How good? I ain't got no hat on.
Tipping head with the
Oh man!
Well, know this: if you do comedy, you are going to have.
You have to joke your way out of a situation.
Also, I know this: if you're going to do comedy, you're going to travel. Get a dash cam. Get it down. Invest in it. Also, have a secondary recording device going.
Okay.
And use Bamboozer when you record with your phone because it puts it to a cloud that they can't delete.
Okay.
You got and it's like when I prepare for a trip, I spend more time preparing for the police than I do criminals.
That's why I don't travel, because I don't have a license yet, and I'm not ready to deal with all that shit.
Oh, you're going to though. You're going to.
That's why I gotta make sure all my shit is
and
straight.
And they're going to make shit up. I don't care. You can be perfect. You can be, but see, that's the whole thing. Once they put the lights on, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think your rights are.
No, just get out of the situation.
Get out of the situation.
That jam.
I tell people anything, get out of that jam.
Yeah, just make it through it, and look.
But you also have to be bold enough to know that, you know what? This might end in me in cuffs, but I'll beat it in court. So don't feel no pressure. Don't be scared when them cuffs
and
go.
Don't make any fast movements.
No fast moves. Don't get yourself shot.
I put my hands
just
on
go
the steering wheel.
Go peacefully.
Yeah, man. Just go. You've lived to fight another day.
Go
man.
peacefully. Just let them cuff you. Don't resist. Don't tense your arm. Go loose.
And when you travel,
let your arms be loose when they cuffing you.
If you're a comic, you travel. Definitely have the dash cam. Definitely have a backup. Also, have everything you need to give top. License, registration, proof of insurance, someplace very together, very accessible.
Yeah, that's how I drive all the time. That's an old dope boy tactic. I know exactly. I have everything ready when they come to the window. I'm like, look, it's right there. You can have it. My hands ain't moving no more.
That stops that shit. That stops that looking around inside your car.
You know, I'm not opening this glove compartment with you right here. What are you talking about? And it's nothing in it. I'm still not gonna open it with you right here. That's just how I feel about cops.
And know that. And like I said, when you go to sleep in your car. The truck stops at the best place to sleep. Okay, if people go sleep in rest areas, here's why you don't sleep in rest areas. The stadies patrol the rest areas.
Yeah.
So
always over
you want to have a chance of having an encounter. And every time you have a chance of an encounter, you have a chance of losing money or losing your life. That's the way the police have become right now.
That it is.
They're always on a fishing expedition to make the next bust. The next, they're going to get the next criminal. I'm going to make that next seizure because I'm going to be the one that's going to have that perfect reason of. It doesn't matter about rights anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's a shame.
You're going to be traveling, so know that. Get a decent car and keep good tires on it.
Yeah. You never know when you're going to hit a storm just traveling.
Also, on top of that, ain't nothing worse than being stranded somewhere with a busted tire. Yeah. And you're sitting there watching it. I've missed 2 gigs in 33 years.
Well, I always travel with a jack and a spare.
Yeah.
Well, I get somewhere.
I have way more than that. I pulled a motor with everything I had in my car except for I had to borrow a motor hoist. The rest of the tools I had in my car.
Wow.
Because I have. If you have a full set of wrenches and screwdrivers,
yeah, you can do anything.
You can do anything.
People don't know I studied to be a mechanic. It was a part of a work release program, and I know how to fix cars. I've done your brakes. You know what I'm saying? Like he came through, had the brakes done in the afternoon. Like he was in and out of there before he knew it.
Well, just know this: in comedy, that'll save you thousands.
Yes, it will. Just knowing that, just knowing how to change your brakes, knowing how to change your fucking alternator. Know how to change your battery without knowing.
Keeping your maintenance up, which most people don't.
Yeah, you got to get them oil changes. You got to get them tune-ups.
Transmission fluids all that.
Transmission holds up for a while, but it's mostly about your oil changes and your tune-ups.
Yep.
Okay. You know what I mean? Keep your radiator
my car,
clean.
I got to make sure I got coolant in my car.
Yeah, you got to keep cooling your car because But your car, let's not talk about because that's the little motherfucker that could because it made it.
Yeah, that's your car. That should be going for 20 years, bro. That's a '96 RAV4.
We out
here.
here.
Been going, bro. Got 146,000 miles on it. 146,000.
Get this. My Astro out there has got 256,000 on it.
Damn. That's a lot.
And it still gets 20 miles to the gallon.
That's what mine gets. That's not bad. I used to think 20 miles wasn't shit.
No, 20 miles
will get you somewhere.
At 20 miles, you gotta think about that in gallon and gas prices. Yeah. So you can get $2 in gallon right now in gas, and fucking that's 20 miles for $2. So you think about that. So you get 2, 4, that's 40 miles. That's 60 miles. That's 80 miles for $8. And then you get that 10, you get 100 miles. So you got to make good moves in that 100 miles for your $10. You get your money's worth.
Miles, yeah.
You get your money's worth.
That's what I say. It's just that's the van. The van saves me $75 a day. That goes to gas.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to have a hotel. I got a bed.
Yep, you're right though. Exactly.
And I got a really good bed. And I've stayed in people's yards for 2 and 3 weeks because it's comfortable. I turn the passenger seat around backwards. That's my lounge chair. I put my phone on a suction cup thing that hangs it from the window, so I got my TV screen right in my face. Put my headphones on. I'm like in a surround sound environment. Sit and watch TV.
My plan when I start
taking the turns around in the Astro van.
Yeah, I unbolt it, pick it up, spin it around, and bolt it down backwards.
Oh,
and just travel with it backwards. And the beauty of that is that opens up a gigantic space there with the bed in there. It makes it like a little front room area where you can sit.
I like that idea. I always wanted to get a custom van. I wanted to get a custom van like Mystery Machine style, And I wanted to just deck it out. I wanted to have shag carpet everywhere, like on the roof and shit. Like it's just so. But I was thinking more practically lately because I would smoke a lot, and that shag would pick all that shit up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking we gotta change the interior, but it could be real plush and comfortable inside. Little flat screen. You know, Fire Stick. You can Netflix and chill with a bitch. You could just. And you don't got to have no rent. You got the idea, man.
I lived for 5 years in an RV, but it was the year's gas was like $1.30, $1.35, $1.40, and I was getting 9 miles to the gallon, but I didn't have rent, which was $800. So that bought gas, and so I just drove that thing everywhere and lived in it.
9 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would have to put like $100 in.
Oh, I actually see back when it was $1.30.
How much did it cost to fill that?
Well, it was 50-gallon tank, so when it was $1.30, it cost me like $65, $70 to fill.
Okay, that's not so bad, but how far are you getting? I guess with.
Well, you 9, 10 miles a gallon, you get
down the street
400.
Okay.
So it was usually 350, 450. I kept between gigs, and so I'd be like in Butte, Montana, and Bozeman, Montana, and Billings, Montana, and Kalispell, and just bouncing around and putting in 40, 50 gallons a day.
How crowds out there? A lot of
incredible, man.
Would they accept a young man like me?
Oh yeah, they'd love to.
They're probably starving for entertainment out there.
Well, see, that's the thing out there. There's nothing to do. There's literally nothing to do, and so the towns are full of bars. That's what they're full of. But the runs out there all died. I don't know what happened. I can't figure it out because there used to be a steady 2 months worth of work out there. And a lot of it is, and this is where people understand, every show matters.
Yeah.
People go, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does, because of this. If you put on shitty shows enough, people will quit coming.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between the heyday and now is a lot of shitty shows were put on by a lot of cutthroat promoters who put people on stages that shouldn't have been on stages. And crowds saw shitty shows, and people go, well, they laughed. Well, they'll laugh. Everybody, crowd will laugh at anything. But when they go out of there, they'll speak the truth. They'll go out and go, that was not worth the money we fucking paid for it at all. You know, they're like, yeah, that guy was okay, but it was nothing. So they don't understand, by putting on a show like that, you create a general decline in the business. And you remember the times when it was at peak, you know, it was on Friday night on TV and Saturday night on TV and Saturday night on
HBO.
Yeah, and then during the week, and Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah,
and it was
and it wasn't there was a lot, but it wasn't saturated.
Right,
You know what I mean?
but it was
some
there.
good stuff. The Mad TV.
Yeah.
SNL was funny back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle's show was on. Like,
and see, now everything, because of the internet, because just sitting in this room used to be $200,000 and $300,000 at a studio to have something to edit video and capture sound. Now it's on your phone and it's in your tripod, and you've got everything they used to have for hundreds of thousands of dollars for hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
So now you can promote yourself, you can produce yourself, you can, and so it's made it so that everybody gets to be heard, but sometimes everybody getting to be heard isn't necessarily a good thing.
Not everybody want to hear you.
That's right.
Everybody gets to be heard, but not everybody want to hear you.
Not everybody want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that shit, and so it gets. So now they can't. There's no ultra big guy. There's nobody who pushed through, because to get to the top, the people who used to get to the top were the top of the top. Look at Snoop. He was the fucking top of the top. The people who got real famous, big famous, there's hardly anybody who makes it big famous anymore. Because everybody's got this little niche over here, and this, nobody appeals to everybody. And that's always where you're going to have your biggest audience.
I want to be that. I want to be the man that appeals to all of you, but you just got to get through the exterior of knowing that there's some rough parts to me. If you get past the rough parts, I'm a pretty lovable guy.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. Is if you've noticed, I never treat anybody any fucking different when I greet you or who the fuck. I don't care who the fuck you are.
Yeah, I see that. You do that with the show that we do with the Cafe Players.
Yeah,
we're at the West Beach Tavern. We're gonna be doing that tonight.
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30 in West Beach Tavern on Sundays. That's what we be doing. We do improv. We do stand up. We pack a really nice house. There's food. There's drink.
You can play gambling.
Yeah, you can get your little gamble on in there. They got me. They get $20 from me from fucking machines every week. I got them last week though. I got $23 last week. I got them for $23.
So you're down 17.
Yeah, so I'm still down a little bit, but I feel good about this week. But we do that. You know, we always have great people on. What else? What else we got going on, Dan? What you got going on?
That's it right at the moment. I'm going back to doing a lot of road work.
Yeah,
Nice.
you get the World Series of Comedy. We got to talk about how I can get into that.
Wait, you got to submit. Right now is the time to do it.
Right now?
So yeah.
World Series of Comedy, submit. So I'm going to put that on my checklist, people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be doing soon. As usual, you know, we hit up the open mics around the area. We got Pin Boys, Alibis, Scandals, Bucketheads. Tap House with Jack Saladino on Tuesdays. So you can check it out. There'll be flyers and promo running during this video probably. You'll probably see this as I'm talking right now. We're going to edit out maybe. We're going to be doing... We're working with the editing process. Me and Drew, we get high for 3 hours, say, let's learn how to edit. And then somebody will say something slick and be like, you know what, nigga? Pick up the sticks. Let's get us with the 2K. And that's how we do. So we're working on the editing process. As always, we here at Vino Veritas endorse marijuana smoke and losing your train of thought sometimes because it happens. West Beach Tavern tonight with us.
West Beach tonight.
Dan Ellison, legendary, educated redneck.
Yeah, I've done a few miles.
He's done a few miles. I'm getting all my advice from him now. That's what I do, see. You people don't know how to respect your elders.
And if you have to take anything away from this, just take this away. Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. I think that's a message that everyone here
That's
can...
probably going to be the title of this episode.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Was it you that said I hate the police more than black people?
Yeah.
He did.
I was like, God damn,
Dan hates the police more than black people.
He was talking so much about the police, even I was like, well, they got a job to do. God damn.
I'm sorry for him.
Got me sympathize. I'm like, you know, blue lives do matter too. Like, oh man.
Oh yo, as always, it's been a pleasure talking with y'all for a while. Thank you for stopping in.
Thanks, Dan, for coming by.
Thank you, Dan.
Oh, thank you for having me. I
Appreciate it so
appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate
Good to
it
see
so
you.
much.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
And
We'll see you later.
Later, it's Vino Veritas.
Bye,
Peace
guys.
out.